It's week 3 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Lions and the Falcons. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that.
For the Lions defense ready to go and in good form coming off the shutout a week ago. And the one we'll be watching is this man at linebacker.
And he was an absolute beast last week. Wound up with 3 sacks on the ball game. There were times he fought through guys. Other times he was almost untouched. He really put it all together in that one.
Down. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. This defense for the Lions very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of them.
Ritter has it knocked down. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score. A fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Huge play by the defense. Not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
The Detroit defense back onto the field. They had that strip a moment ago that led to the return for a score, so they're playing free and easy now as they try to shut down this offense again.
Opposite, green. Blue check, yellow, line.
On play action, here's Ritter. A complete to Drake London. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Ready?
Here's the 8th overall pick from Texas. It's Bijan Robinson. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Lions defense back out there. They lead 7-0, trying to put a stop together here as this drive starts with a first down.
Here we go. Quick, yellow, opposite, green.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, that is a confidence builder and a trust builder on both sides. And what I mean by that is coaching staff putting together a game plan, players executing it. Now both of them are in sync.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
That puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play call.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Ready?
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The Detroit defense back onto the field. Their guys have the lead here in this first half, and they'll try to further the cause on their end as this drive begins 1st and 10.
Ready. Hut, go. Set.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Ready.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
Ready.
They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
The Lions defense back out there. They'll try to get the football right back to their offense who just punted. So now they'll try to force a punt themselves. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Ritter now. Buying time to his left. And down he'll go at the 25. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The Detroit defense back onto the field. They've been the dominant side so far, working with a 2-score lead here in this 3rd quarter as this next drive gets underway. They begin the drive with Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Lions defense back out there. They'll have to defend the short field here as this drive begins with a 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field.
Okay, right.
2nd and 5. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. They put themselves in a great spot in this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. The Detroit defense back onto the field. They've pitched the shutout here into the fourth quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here.
Let's go.
First down. Here's Ritter. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Smith red.
Throwing on second and long. Ritter. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. This offense on third down today, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Ready?
4th down, big play. Here's Ritter. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. Thank goodness. That means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. The Lions defense back out there. They've put in a very good shift so far. This one pretty well in hand. Just looking to finish strong here in the 4th as this next drive starts 1st and 10.
Blue striker. Check pink. Switch. Yellow.
Ritter on 1st and 10. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Yellow, lining, check white.
Ritter back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Ready?
Here's Ritter. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Detroit defense back onto the field. They'll be summoned one more time here in the final minute of this football game.
Ready.
On 1st down, Ritter. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Back to the air on second down. Here's Ritter again. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that, a total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Detroit, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.